This was a spectacularly fun project for several reasons. Primarily because it was a Christmas gift for a daughter-in-law. Now, making something as a gift for a loved one is fundamentally different than making, building, selling a commission. When you make something for someone you love and give it to them, in a very real way, you keep it forever. However, with a commission, you begin the conversation, you enter into sort of a design agreement, you work through some design solutions and come up with something that everyone thinks they're going to approve. You negotiate the terms, you get a deposit, you start to smith, you're bound by the design criteria that have been established and written down. You work your way to the end, you put the patina on it, it's beautiful, you deliver it, you install it, you get the check clears the bank, and that thing's gone. You may have a picture, you may still have a connection with the client, but it's superficial until they need you again. Not so with a Christmas gift for a loved one. The design becomes so important. You know the person. You need this to reflect their taste and their personality and where they're going to put it. You know that you're going to be in the space with them, sharing and talking about and observing, or at least having in the background your token of appreciation. And so, man, it becomes important. But you have free reign. You have full artistic license as the thing develops. You can follow wherever the forge leads you. You can make the accommodations, the connections, and the bends and the patina require on the fly, and often there are happy accidents. There were a couple on this. This is a bottom header or a bottom buck. You can see that it has a depression that fits the head of the rivet and supports it. While I take this top header, it's got a matching or almost matching depression in the top to head the unfinished side of the rivet. Now I'll be heating it up with a cutting torch, and I use, so let's just be honest, this is cutting a corner that is an appalling thing to watch but has no net negative effect, and that is I take the cutting torch and I put it in the Pritchell hole to hold it while it's burning. The reason that's not a problem is because the heat is discharged to the bottom of the anvil. This anvil, I've been doing this now for 30 minutes. It's cold. It doesn't accumulate any heat. But as a general rule of thumb, anyone who gets within 4 feet of an anvil, a forged anvil, an antique forged anvil, with a lit cutting torch and is acting like they might even think about marring the surface of the anvil with a torch, deserves a cuff with the back of a hand or perhaps a closed fist. Lots of anvils are wrecked with cutting torches, so be careful and don't be too shocked by the way that I use my anvil to hold my torch. A couple of other things about this project. I got to use my power hammer in a new way for me, and that is using it as a clamp to hold down one part of that leg scroll assembly, bend the other part away, and then draw them both out at the same heat. That was new. I liked it. The scrolling jig for 2 arcs off a single piece that all had to conform exactly to a particular curve and be repeatable worked out great. I have a tendency to build my scrolling jigs too light. Cy teases me about it, but this one held up. It did its job. I didn't waste much time or money on the material or the process, so I guess it was about right. My forge worked great. The touch mark is beautiful. Cy made that for me a month ago. I don't know why I didn't pay attention earlier to how sort of profoundly a touch mark enhances a project. Anyway, this is my first serious blacksmith project, start to finish, on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to your comments. Please remember to subscribe. Thanks.